This is Sicarius Dracus Plays ONI Prehistoric Planet Pack number 24. And we are currently looking at our rocket system here. And I realize that I need to separate this so that we can have ladders going up the sides of our rocket pads. So let's move this too. And this is how you can get into your rocket silos. Like if you just put these rocket platforms all together, we aren't able to get up because you can't put a ladder between these two rockets. Well, you can right there because there's no rocket there. But these are too big, so you have to go around them. So how do you do that? Well, you use the rocket conveyors. Bonk. And then rocketry. Well, how big is this? Oh, not the loader, but the rocket port extension. One of those. Probably should be making this out of something stronger than this, but that's okay. So now, when we want to go up the middles of our rockets here and get into these middle two rockets, they can climb up here, and then they'll have a ladder this way, and then we'll just put ladders this way. And this one already has the little stirrup that we need, like the separator spacer. So they're going to come up here, and then we need to do the same thing. Just up one, and then here's this line, and this line. One of the reasons why I'm trying to do this concept here is because I want to contain some of the steam that we have. So the longer we can hold on to the steam, the longer these metal tiles are going to get heated. We're going to have to heat a whole bunch of water and stuff in here, and maybe we just make this smaller. We just make this little area smaller and wider, and then we need to put our steam turbines in here. We also need a place to put this incredibly hot material that we're about to dump into here. So we need to think about getting the material back out of our rockets here. And that's with a series of unloaders. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there. And we won't have our infinite cycle of making sure that these rockets are always launching. I think we have a problem right here, because this lander right here is not going to be able to sit on that pad with that. Silly. I think he can get up around there. Yep. Just fine. Okay, so we moved this pad over one, so we need to move the plates over. There we go. And need to set my priority to like 8 or something. We also have this room in here, and this one little drop of water is what conducts water. It conducts the heat from here into here, so we don't want that. Next thing that we need to do is we need to get more water into here, but not so much that it's insane. Well, we're going to close these off here. And this has micrograms of steam, not even enough steam to do anything with. So we're gonna put metal tiles right here, and then open this up to the group, so everybody's gonna be able to see this. Then we need to either close this off or do something. It's fine. That's fine. What I would like is I would like a place to collect water. Although it's just going to be steam, so it's probably never going to be water. All right, let's take this stuff down. And then we can deconstruct all this stuff. It's not important. We can't get up there anymore, so let's put that back. Let's get rid of that automation. We got water right here. It's not a lot, but we do have some. And might as well push this line right here. So we're going to take a metal tile right here. We're going to push the water over into here, and then we're going to seal this insulated tile right here, because this is where the rocket's exhaust is coming. So it's the very edge of that. And then we'll have more room in this area to do more, to set things up if we need them. Some mopping that can be done right there. Ooh, new printables. A lumbit. I also have a new duplicant, so let's take a look at that new duplicant. And it was an ulti, and ulti's probably going to do digging. Stila, what are you good at? Ranching, strength, science. Let's take that off and give you more strength. Ranching. Our Rowan here doesn't have anything, but he can't do doctoring, and he likes suit training. Our Wren here is a brilliant scientist. Quinn's good. Your mechatronics, you can take that. You can take all three of those points. That's fine. Nisbet, you're good. You could use a point. Happy digging, Meep. Researcher. Another researcher. We got 3 researchers. Good for carrying. We'll give you 1 apiece in digging. 4 researchers, huh? We have 4 researchers. Need to fix that. Just an all-around good duplicant to have around. Nice. Freya, we're gonna leave you like that. You're our griller, Frankie. Oh, you definitely need a complex processing hat. Do. I want to rename I want to rename you. I can't rename you in this screen. Sorry, back to skills. Sorry. Bonnie is our artist, so definitely we need to give her the Masterworks hat. And you are definitely going into farming. And Ada, yep, you're good with that. Give you the right hat. All right. And that's a look at what our duplicant skills are. Up here, this is open. We finally getting to this. And we have a big old room, and we want to put a bunch of steam in it. Oh, yeah. I forgot about meteors. All right, we need to deconstruct the telescope. The telescope's no longer useful anymore. You know, just when we thought we were having a good time, nature decided, no, you forgot about the meteors. Yeah, I bet that's hot. You can't get there from here. You can't get there from there because you need to dig these. Dig that if you can. In rocketry, nope, is it? It's not rocketry. Yes, it is. It's the meteor blaster in rocketry. So we can clear this big old area right here for a rocket or for a meteor to get shot down. Here, maybe here. Problem is over here. How far can we go? Just basically those two spots. So we will miss any meteors that come right here. A little meteor. Okay, she's fine. She's digging. That's good. Oh, we need to get into here. This fell down in. Okay. Yep, got all that. We need a way to, in our research, there is a scanner. Let's see, did we get the scanner yet? Space scanner. We didn't even do celestial detection at all. Okay, so we're gonna get a space scanner. That'll help us detect meteors, and then we will make meteor shot to fix that. This whole game has been about meteor or making missiles for meteors, so I figure why not? Let's do that too. This stuff's probably pretty hot. Oh. Okay, this is closed. So we can do stuff here and like get rid of this. I don't even know. We get rid of this, we can put another tile right here. We're almost done with this. Meanwhile, out here, they are gathering debris. Normal piloted. What's wrong? No diamond. I guess I forgot to do return ship. And any platform sounds wrong. Whoa. Mm. Nah, any platform. This one's for knowledge. Let's change this one to knowledge. We'll call it bookshelf. Liquid. Oh, molten was the third. It doesn't really matter because they're all connected right here, and we can have our outputs be wherever we want them to be. Gold is a bad choice right there. Iron is a better choice. We need water in here. How are we going to do this? We also need to enable those buildings. Don't know why they got disabled, but we need to enable them. Up. Yep, great. Whoa. Let's take a look at that. Let's also take a look into getting ourselves some defense with our meteor blasters here. They cost energy too, 240 watts. So we're gonna have to do something about adding energy into this solution here. We might need to add in the energy right here pretty quickly. And they're gonna come back from their first mission and heat up this area here. I feel like I should close this up a bit and then put our engines in here. So my thought is water here, and then turbines down here, and then a line of water. We could close this down and just have it have like a door set up against metal tiles to move the heat down here, and then we'll have our engines right here. That way we don't have to do a bunch of crazy stuff to try and get it all working. Okay, so that to me says we need to do this. We need to put water in this room. So let's get the water, the bottle drainer going in here. And we can remove these and do this same trick up here. We'll just put these up here. Okay. All right. Working on this thing. Oop. There's a piece of debris that landed right here. And if this touches, we get some good water. So the idea is that I'm going to make an upside-down aquatuner steam turbine setup, where the steam's going to be on top and these are going to be on the bottom, and then we're just going to have a little line of water that gets turned into steam. And this room will just hold crazy amounts of heat, and this down here will have our 200 temperature steam. Hey, it came back. So we have some stuff in here in liquids and isosap at -30. So if we drop this on here, it's gonna make this very cold. So we don't want to drop that there. We got very hot liquid sulfur and tepid petroleum. And then we have all of those molten things. Thankfully, we checked all standard. Otherwise, it wouldn't have collected any of this. We got some bunch of hot stuff. We got liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen, magma, petroleum, liquid sulfur, all of these things at various temperatures that need to find a way out and find a base. I think this is I want to continue our rocket line, so this is not going to be something we can do. Hammer party line. Nice. And we're already on celestial detection hanging out right here. Okay. Next thing we need to do is we need to make our line for the water that we're going to dump into this area right here. We're going to use metal, or we're going to use gold as a metal tile since we have an abundance. We need to know how many steam turbines we're going to run off of this. I think the answer is going to be I'm pretty confident 3 steam turbines can handle this. It might be more, and if it is, then we'll knock this stuff out. So we'll have room for just one more. If I put it here and we make our little heat channel here, that would be room for 5. So now we can put 5 in here if we want. Easy peasy, right? And then a layer of water, which is going to be right here, and we're going to convert that into steam, and then that'll come into here. And then maybe 2 gaps, and then metal tiles. We're going to put our metal tiles right here. This gold will transfer the heat from this room in there. So it's going to look like this. Steel would probably be a better choice. And then we need automation here. Our automation wire has to say up in the middle of this room. Is it 200? If it's not 200, then we don't want it. And I'm letting out all that oxygen. We need plumbing through here, so because we need to be able to put all the water back in. So we're just going to pipe all that water right back in here. We're going to need cooling for these things, so let's build ourselves a sensor. or a thermo aquatuner. Why? That's weird. Why can't I build it right here? Oh, because that engine thing's here. Can't just build it out of whatever. It's got to be built out of like steel. This is going to be to collect the heat that these generate. So hoping for obsidian. Oh, that's fine. Okay. And then some radiant pipes. Easy peasy loop, right? Nothing crazy. Just an easy peasy loop. We're not even going to freeze it. We're going to even make it like 20. It's not going to, it's going to sip power. This needs to come over here for our power transformer. And then some some power conduction there. Now we got hot, cold. We need water still, and we have the door set up. This can get closed off now. We need metal tiles right here. And, well, I don't know. Just make it out of gold. And that'll bring all that heat right to here, and then this line will say, hey, below 200 or below 200, go ahead and open that, or go ahead and do that door. And then when we change this, it's going to be, it'll flip it. So we want it to not touch just right now because we're not even ready for that room to become hot. All right. I also feel like we should do more tiles of metal on the floor here. What we're going to do with the metal tiles on the floor here is we're going to conduct the super hot iridium and super hot magma, which is just igneous rock. We're going to just drop those on these tiles here, and then that's going to conduct that heat all the way to this low point over here. And then when it's the appropriate temperature, we'll sweeper it out of there. But this room will just be hot. I have a feeling that they all got away without... Yeah. So this thing, this unloader can unload, I think it can only unload one thing at a time. No, it can do a whole bunch of different things. Cool. So our conveyor rail is going to come from here and just... I'm crossy. This is the hot end. So I want it to just dump right around here because my iridium shipping, because this thing's gonna get hot. It's gonna get hot in this room, guaranteed. This needs to be where it can grab everything. And then we're gonna put it on a line, and then we're gonna drop it into this cold room, and then this aquatuner is gonna grab the residual heat. So maybe we need to extend our line here to touch like the tile that's right here, because this is maybe where we'll drop everything right here that's cold. Because these aren't here anymore. Like, we're not gonna do anything with these. We're gonna just keep doing stuff with this. And this peat will probably get pretty warm. New printables are available. Another snazzy suit. Excellent. You know who needs a snazzy suit? Well, Nicola probably does. Eduardo already's got a snazzy suit. Excellent. How about Higby? He generally has a bad time. He goes where no one wants to go. Who's getting stressed? Jean? I was pretty sure that I needed to scrub one of our dupes, and Jean's going to be it. Great. That's what we're going to use for that. We have this dormant volcano that is going to erupt in 5 cycles and make us a bunch of steam in this room. So aquatuner and everything in here too. Great. That's great. We're making multiple aquatuners. This is going to be hot. Just going to put it right there, and let's do the standard sensors here. Let's clear this stuff out. Party line. I like the party line. It doesn't last very long. Insulated pipe. Do. Oop. Power. Steam turbine. The problem with this particular one is that I think that we need a bigger... we're going to need to power this with more than just this self-going cycle here, I think. I don't think we're going to be able to power the aquatuner fully, so we're going to need to bring some heavy watt wire out and connect it, or at least just one, at least just a regular conductive wire. We're going to need to bring conductive wire from the other side of the map all the way to that one part right here. That's not great. We also will have power right here, so maybe we can link these up in some way. Anyway, this is not going to do the trick. Make these all day. This needs to be steel. We're going to put it right there. We're going to put the conveyor loader right here. Okay, so now we need to make the bridge on. So there we're going to have a bridge here. And then this little bridge is going to go around in a circle. Just like that. And over here, we're going to have it that once this cools itself down, it's just going to dump the metal into here. So a conveyor shut off. Oh, we need we need a metal temperature right here too. Where can I read that temperature the best? Where's going to be the best place to put that? Right here seems like it's the best place to put it, but then we don't have a way in. We could put it right here. Making trouble for myself. It's fine. It's fine. And then it'll get shooted out right here. This all goes to right here. That's great. I think that I made a mistake here. This should be here. Should all go to the out and then want to go here. And then for temperature, or for the automation of whether to control this, we're just going to put up. We're just going to put in a thermosensor here. And then that's good to go here. Pretty standard stuff. The other way you could do it is that you could take the aquatuner line here. We're going to be doing this already. We're going to active cool this, because as soon as we're done with this bottle opener here, we're going to put a tile here, and then that metal tile is just going to be a chill tile, and then it'll go up through it and then down onto it. So infinite cold, or infinite. But the other thing that we can do is we can it's in shipping. Use the conveyor meter here and then slowly disperse it to ourselves, making sure that it gets cooled off. Like the mass of the water isn't the same as the mass of what's going on in here. All of this needs power. We'll just come in from the top. Pretty great. I should be able to handle this, no problem. Automation. Is there going to be? Yep, there's an automation wire to that. Great. There's automation. Great. Everything's looking good. This thing has 3 cycles. Let's clean this up here too. All right. Back up here, looking very nice. We need water in here, and that's going to come from those. And we need water in this line here. I love bottle drainers. So good. Why can't we get to these? Are we out of igneous rock again? Nope, we got plenty. Okay, so now we got our space scanner. Let's close this in and can I do it with glass yet? I can. We'll close this in with glass. We're gonna put stuff in it right here. How do I want to do this? This. Just do it as the shape. Do it as the shape demands. And then let's get drywall in here, and then another, like a mecha airlock. Cool. They won't be able to get to most of that ladder. And then I didn't ever finish that either, so this needs to go here. I wasn't sure where I wanted to put it, but I think it's going to put it right there. Yeah. So this is going to just drop extremely hot molten stuff right here. Maybe it needs it. Right here. And this is the solid port unloader, unfortunately, and I think that only that it only applies to ISOSAP, right? This one hasn't gone. Right? Because this stuff is not going to be very hot. Well, these are probably all going to be 27. If I had to guess, I don't think that these are going to be very hot. I think what's going to be hot is the molten iridium and the magma. So this is the wrong port for what we want. We don't even need this port at all. We need the liquid port. Yay, more research. Oh, we're almost there on this science too. Liquid port. Oh, you know, I bet the reason why I can't find it is because it's in plumbing. It is. Even easier. Make that of obsidian. Drop this right here. Hot lava. New printables again. Cycle 420. Pew, 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 pew. Where's that water? We're going to grab all this water and we're just going to put it right here. And then the next thing I think that I'm going to do is put an airflow tile here. I don't think an airflow tile is actually going to be what I want here. I think I might actually still want a metal tile. Just make the whole floor metal tile. Freya's stressing out too. Oh yeah, we gotta fix Jean, right? Because we scrubbed Jean. You are my mechanical engineer, for sure. Freya. I don't need to go to you. I can just need to go to this and go to Freya. Too many digging skills. We're out of pincher pepper nut, too. Mm-hmm. Okay. And really, the interesting thing about this is that I could close, when I close this room up here, they could get in through it with suits into this room here. I don't really think I need them doing that anymore. All right, deconstruct this, no worries. And then we're gonna sweep the peat from a cold room into here. Next thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that there is no temperature exchange going on here. So we need to close this up. And that means building ladders. Probably should hold or should do something about the temperature on this, but I'm not worried about it. More worried about this temperature exchange here. And I don't need anything in here anymore, so this can all get sealed up. Wait, what happened, Nails? No research focus. All right, let's start cleaning it. Oh, yeah, we need to get this research done. Nice. And when we have liquid, with liquid oxygen and hydrogen, they're going to come in at very cold, right? So we need to make boxes for them, and then we're going to make our own little setup here for another rocket. So I need to be aware that I need to make another rocket silo here. Specifically for a hydrogen rocket. Where do I want to put my hydrogen rocket materials? Here looks good, but I also need to put a steam turbine on top of it. This can be any flavor. And we're just going to bring super hot stuff in here. Then we're going to have an auto sweeper like right here, made out of iridium. Taking care of everything and sweeping it all back. Then the conveyor loader, probably also made out of iridium. It needs to go into this cold room. This stuff needs to be powered. Let's not make it out of iridium. Iron is the best. Probably could run this across this way. That might help with conductivity. New blueprint. What do we get? Wow, floaty fishes. Now we got this. So can we get petroleum in here? I don't have any petroleum. I'm pretty sure we're out. Yep. Do you have any petroleum inside of you? You do. You have a bunch of grams of it. Can I drop that? Nope. Eh. 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 Okay. So this liquid storage is going to... I could, in theory, first drip the right thing, or the thing first. Need water. We're always running out of water here. And I don't care. It can be water here, too. Although, it should be polluted water here. Alright, we're gonna get a bunch of water here. This metal is gonna conduct anything that we need in here. Yeah, that's great. And then our plumbing here should make a very cold pipe. We need a very cold pipe here. Well, just like that. And this gave me a whole bunch, 400 kilograms. That's gonna fill this area pretty great when we drop some evil stuff on it. This needs to get its conveyor chute. Okay, powered everything. This doesn't have any power whatsoever sitting on it. We're all right. It's all right. There's some water on the ground. Did this erupt? Nope, it's about to. And it is actually erupting right now. Oh yeah, we caught it. Everything. You can close this up now. I think that we're good to go here. What did I forget? Did I forget power? No, everything in here's got power. This doesn't have liquid output. You're right. Yep. I forgot the output. Yep. Not great. Because this is going to go like any time now. And this can just be polluted water. Or salt water, even. It's local. Thank you. This can go. We don't need this anymore. This needs to bottle some stuff. How about brine, brackine, salt water, whatever you got. Ooh, we got a lot of salt water in there. That's a lot of water. Probably way too much to even drink. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna drop out a bunch of water out of here. And then I'll just seal this up and we'll leave it right here. New printables already. Knit eggs, perfect. What else is going on here? We're fighting the tide here. All right, great. This is got bottled. All right. So now that we have a bunch of water right here, we're going to build a tile right there. And then we'll build another one right there. That'll help at least, like, drop out a little bit. We don't need very much in the way, or we don't need very much in here. You can jump down, jump. Good. Less water is better. Excellent. Oh, what's wrong with Eduardo? Light wounds, popped eardrums. You don't have a dining table? That's odd. And what alerts do we have? 2 ladders here. These can be just 9. Okay, this is making steam. Oh, quick! Also need to turn this into a power plant. Is Ulti gonna get hurt? I think you're out of it. Okie dokie. Looks good. This doesn't have enough power to run. And then you can't run. Oh, also, what happened here? That's probably bad. Yeah, conveyor rail melted. We can get into it from here. Is this room a power room? Let's see. It is now a power plant. Come on. By the way, gold amalgam melts at 1,000 degrees. The Cobalt Volcano dumps its stuff out at 2,200. So this is probably should be steel. Or at least something that is not going to melt. What are we looking at? Nickel. We got wolframite. Great. Wolframite would definitely make it. Tungsten would be even better. Iron is like 1,500. Fix it. Okay, we gotta scrub Eduardo. Doop, doop, doop. So close. I mean, I see why you're angry. I do. Oh, and he's gonna explode too. Not great. He just shouldn't be in this room. Just all that liquid exposure is just horrible for him. Here. We're not gonna let you through here ever again. We also need to, like, none of this needs to be here. I don't even know how it even got all that way. Why are you overheating? Because I made you out of iron. And on that horrible joke, I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna replace this with steel, and in the next episode, this can't work until all this stuff gets fixed. Okay, see you in the next episode. Our crazy Cobalt Volcano tamer, and this is almost done too. We have just a few pieces to work on there. All right, bye.